Yo, this fucking Billyracxx, man. It's COVID, but we still rocking. I'm hanging out live with my guy Rob at Front Row Live. You dig it?
What's up, man? Congratulations with the new track. Melt My Face is such a sick single. Talk to me about the creative process of this and like that fusion of like rock rap that you kind of did with this track.
Man, what's crazy is I'm just a vibe oriented person. I get in the studio and I just don't be scared. I'm really honest with myself, and I'm not scared to kind of like do what vibes right. So when they played that beat, it wasn't really about like something that was super intentional. It was just like, how does my voice sound the best on this beat? And that's just pretty much how I came in. Like I heard the track, I started yelling on it, you know, but kind of in a rap type of way, kind of like, you know, it doesn't have, it has the melodics, and it has the sound and texture of like a rock track, but the cadences is kind of more rap. And so I kind of just was like, yo, I'm about to yell on this track with like a rap cadence, and everything just started flowing, bro. Like, and it just turned out to be something that's like genre bending. So like, it's crazy.
How did you make it go together though? Like you were saying, like, you know, with the cadences and like just finding those pockets, but at the same time giving it that rock kind of vibe. You know, did you kind of have to like, I guess in a sense, like make surgery with the song, with the track and the lyrics and
No, bro. Like bro. And that's what's gonna be, you know, as my influence grows, that's what's gonna be something I'm excited to shed light on. Like I said, bro, I'm real vibe oriented. I get in the studio. Either it's two ways I make my music. I either write the whole music, you know, somewhere in a different type of vibe, just doing me vibing to the beat, or most of the time I'm hearing the beat for the first time in the studio. And so for that, when like this beat, just like, you know, Melt My Face, and when that happens, I kind of just go in the studio, go in the booth, put the headphones on it. I vibe all the way through the track. I create cadences. I create pockets. I kind of lay out the whole track, you know, like, so I guess you could call it surgery in a sense, but it's not necessarily like I'm recording one part, then I'm going in and recording another part, and I'm going in with another. It's really important to have like that vibe from the beginning to the end, you know, in a couple takes. For me, at least, that's how I record. And so, I don't know, bro. I literally vibe this whole record out. It's crazy. Like when you see me, when I dropped the live video on Friday, like how I perform the record, you can kind of see like it's a real natural type song for me. You know what I mean? It's really natural. It came out very natural.
Now, what do you think it is that allows you to be natural and kind of give that live kind of vibe when you're recording your music? Is it like, you know, the studio that you're working out of? Is it like the producer that you're working with? Like, what do you think kind of gives you that vibe?
I think it's a mixture of all those things. I mean, at the point I'm at right now, me being in-house, whenever I work out-house, when it comes to producers and engineers, most of those people are really dope people, and we have an organic relationship. Is really like, you know, I want to say high caliber type people that I'm working with. And so the circle that I'm in right now is really dope whenever I'm recording that. So yeah, I'll give the engineer producers, I show them a lot of love, and I'll give them all the props, because they help everything go smooth in the studio. But the other part of it is just making sure it's a beat that I'm in the moment with, like making sure it is something that I'm really in. Like when I'm listening, when my headphones are in and I'm playing it, or even when I'm at the mic rapping to it, it's literally inspiring me over and over and over. So it's really about that. Like I'm really picky with my production, but I got really dope people around me, really dope ass producers I'm working with. So I'm never really hurting on that end.
Earlier you mentioned, you know, once you heard the track, it like immediately made you feel like kind of screaming, or yelling, but at the same time giving that hip hop kind of feel. Did you feel like you had to kind of learn how to scream? Because I know, you know, with the rock artists, a lot of them have to learn how to like project their voice the way that they do. Did you find yourself having to do that, or did that just literally naturally just come out of you the way it did?
Yeah, bro, everything about my voice kind of natural. The progression of it, the evolution of it, it's all natural. One thing I'm starting to have a little bit more pressure and starting to think about is sustaining it, and thinking about how important it's becoming. and how a part of me that it's becoming, but also thinking about like live shows, being in the studio back to back, like thinking about how it affects my voice. That's one thing that I've been thinking about. But man, up to this point, man, everything I've been doing, my career, my visuals, everything has been like very organic and blessed, bro. Like, you know, like I really just been embracing like the legacy of what I'm doing, the artistic side of what I'm doing, kind of like a painter at his canvas and just starts from scratch, just start vibing. Like that's kind of how that's kind of who I am in music.
So talk to me about the creative process of the video and how involved were you in the actual idea behind the video?
I mean, I actually dropped, my face drops on August 7th. I haven't dropped the video yet. I did like a live performance for the song, kind of building up to the video, giving people like different dynamics to this record. Obviously like the COVID shit has affected a lot of stuff. So like, I feel like it was important for fans to kind of take this record in that type of way. Cause if, you know, Corona wasn't around, like chances are I would be able to perform that record by now live. And so I wanted to do that for the fans on IG Live and shit. And then on Friday, I dropped the actual video of that live performance. So kind of like a structured video of that live performance. And then the following week, August 7th, I dropped the actual video. I've dropped snippets from the video and shit like that from the video. And I can tell you like this is probably one of my best videos I've made so far. And I just tried to make sure like the same vibe that you hear in the video, I mean, in the song, you're going to get in the video, you know, like all that intensity you're going to get in the video, but that controlled intensity, like you're going to get that in the video, just like you got it in the song.
You shot this video here in LA a couple weeks ago. And, you know, how different is the vibe now with, you know, because of Corona going on? Like, how different was that production vibe like? Did you find yourself having to kind of like reimagine what you had in mind for this video because of whatever restrictions we may or may not have?
No, not really. I shot this first half of this video actually before Corona started hitting crazy. Like this video would have been done, but I couldn't get back out to LA because that first spike of Corona was like, all right, chill out, you know, don't travel too much. And so it was actually like a 2-month kind of delay in finishing this video. So when I went back out to finish the second half, it was way less pressure because, you know, most of the video is done. One of my main extras in the video, her name is Dragon Lady. She's like been on Ripley's Believe It or Not. I think, you know, like Guinness's Book of World Records. She's like one of the most modified, like body modified people on the earth. She got like, you know, horns on her head. She's really dope. She's one of the main extras in the video. Her aesthetic fit perfect for this song. So, you know, like I only had to shoot one scene with her the second time I went back out to LA. And it was very easy, man. Like Corona didn't really affect. If anything, it made it easier because we have a scene that looks like super, like desolate, like no one's there, no one's around, and I doubt LA would have been that like quiet if this shit wasn't going on.
Prior to Melt My Face, you had dropped Butterflies Part 1 and 2 in this same year. Like, you know, we're halfway through this year, but like you had dropped those 2 EPs. What was the idea behind dropping 2 EPs instead of like that whole either mixtape or that whole album for this project?
Yeah, that's a good question. Literally, like we wanted to make shit more digestible. I'm a super complex artist. It's what got me most of my opportunities. I got like a cult-like fan base. I mean, I like to pride myself on that as far as like where it's growing. It's small, but it's growing. And I think most of them really appreciate the complexities and kind of like I said, how I approach music on some like fearless type of like, you know, you know, it's not about gimmick for me. And so like most of them, sometimes I feel like, you know, if I drop, well, at that time, I feel like if I dropped a project that was straight 13 records of that, you know, there'll be a lot of people who possibly wouldn't be able to take in everything. So we decided to split it up in 2 and spread the visuals out and just spread the whole experience out. And it ended up being like a great ass idea because it like took people on like a little journey, you know, in the project. It gave people more to interact with. Most of my fans were begging for part 2. So it was like fulfilling, you know, it was making sure that they got to take in these vibes.
And now that you have Melt My Face, you know, and you're mentioning the journey, like what is the journey of, you know, for the rest of this year? Like what is your journey as far as like the music goes? Do you see more projects dropping, or do you want to kind of focus on Melt My Face for a while?
You know, man, I can't see myself not creating and dropping and just, you know, continuously telling the story. Life is changing fast. For me, I like to try to make sure my fans see that in my own artistic, creative way. So, like, I'm not really finna slow down. Melt My Face is the single that we about to push for a minute. And, you know, we got the visual coming and a lot of dope stuff coming around it. But I got some crazy features coming. I do plan on dropping another project towards the end of the year. I'm gonna turn that corner, man. Like, you know, we're pushing towards mainstream. That's the goal. So every move we making is intentional. The rest of the year, you know, we're just trying to make like, you know, we're trying to amplify, man. We're trying to like go international, all that. And so all the moves that we got playing, all the features that we got playing, all that is kind of like intentional to build to that type of frequency. You get what I'm saying?
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to more stuff from you. I'm glad that, you know, I got introduced to your music, because it's definitely something it's different, and I feel like it's something that we need. So congratulations with that, and definitely
Appreciate
thank you so much for taking the time.
Not easy, dog. I appreciate you asked questions, man. You made it quick and you asked some super dope questions. So I appreciate that.